Hey everybody, here's another week of Marketing 101 for chiropractors. This week, tire kickers. I know the game. I understand. I feel you. The no-shows, the don't pick up the phone when you call them back. They fill out your forms and your advertisement funnels and they book the appointment and they even prepay the $47, the 99, whatever it is, and they don't show and you leave them vet messages and nothing happens. You're like, man, why would you even pay the $99? And then a month later, like, hey, can I get a refund for my $99 that never came in? I know, I feel it. I'm in there with you, right? Okay, this is why you guys watch this and you're part of the Marketing 101 group, is because I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not some marketer sitting around telling you how la-di-da it's going to be once you start marketing. But leads are so important. The tire kickers are part of the game. Tire kickers are part of the game when you're in this business of marketing your business. This is why getting referrals is so important, but that's a different topic for a different day. Today is about what to do with your leads and especially your tire kickers to maximize the marketing dollars that you do. Because if you're doing it even half properly, you're keeping some data on your marketing. You're setting a budget. You're like, okay, I'm going to put 1,000 towards Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to put $500 towards TikTok, and I'm going to try 1,000 on Google Ads. Right? You're setting budgets and you're mixing and matching, or maybe you're just focusing on one thing. Half of you just do Facebook ads, and I get it. That's fine. It works. Maybe some of you do TV, radio, billboards. That's great too. The different budgets for those things. But you set up your budget and you start there. Then you look at the data. You're like, okay, how many new patients am I getting from my $1,000 of Facebook, right? This is the simple data. And you break it down. You're like, okay, we got 7 for 1,000. Not bad. And maybe you're comparing it to other years or other times. And you're like, I used to get 17. Now I get 7. It's okay. But at least you have data to compare. New patients. And then you're looking at maybe funnel fills, like the leads that fill up your forms. And maybe you got 29 of those. Okay. And then you're like, okay, 29 people filled out the form. That means that they went through my funnel and 7 of them converted to new patients. You got conversion rates, you got all this stuff. Then you divide it by your $1,000 and you're doing the data, right? The simple stuff that takes 15 minutes a week to review. And you're like, are we on pace? What's going on? But typically, the litmus test is the new patients. Are we getting new patients coming in from this advertisement? And you give it a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You always want to give it about 30 days, folks, by the way. So you give it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then you're like, okay, what do we do? What did we get? First week, we got nothing. Second week, we got nothing. Third week, we got 2. Fourth week, we got 3. Maybe it's turning on, right? And you don't turn it off. That's the logical way to go through ad spend and ad analytics. That's really as far as you need to go. You can then look at click-through rate, link clicks, website purchases. You can go through all the data that you want. And honestly, now you're just, if you're a nerd and you like data, go for it. I do. I love it. I go through everything. I want to read every line, but you don't need to. You don't need to. So then you go through this. That's where you determine where tire kickers are. It's a matter of systems and procedures on how you do this marketing. And this is where everyone is weak at and why you probably need some type of coaching or something to do this right. Am I perfect? No. Do I do it right? Yes, I do, because I don't waste marketing dollars. So here's what goes on with the leads that come through. Your leads are everything. You know, when you create a Facebook ad and people like it, leave a heart, leave a laugh emoji, sometimes leave an anger emoji. You don't want anger emojis, by the way. You don't want people like hitting that angry thing. That's bad. Sometimes you have like a good post about a current event in healthcare or something, and you posted a new bill that went through and all this, and like, this is, we need to make sure this bill goes through. It's going to be really important for the state, yada, yada. And you do this, you get all these likes and stuff, and then a couple angry. They're not angry at your post. They're angry at that bill, that it's not going through fast enough, but it's still, that decreases your post awareness. And then Facebook nicks you for that and puts it down in the feed. And it will actually nick you on all your posts in the future too. So you don't want angry emojis. That was a complete aside, by the way. Back to leads and systematizing this properly. So everyone that likes your ad, you should be checking that once a month, hitting the like yourself, or if you hover over it on your phone or even on a desktop, you'll get a list of all the people that liked it, and it'll say invite right next to them. And if they've been invited to your page, it'll be grayed out. And if they like your page, you'll say they already like your page. And then all these other people are going to be like, invite. You got to invite every single one of them. Now what you've done is you got a whole bunch of people getting a notification in their Facebook or Instagram saying, go like ABC Chiropractic. And some of them do. And that builds your following. Now, when you do organic posting and talking about your business and doing all your fun reels, you got more eyes on your page. That's cool. It shows that that was kind of a free side hustle from your ad that you created. That's why ads are so important. That's one. Number two, the 29 people that filled out your lead form. I know you only got 7, but those are 29 leads that just gave you their name, phone number, and email. That's worth more than the $1,000, and you don't realize it. So these leads are important. These leads are so important. You should have a system on taking all those phone numbers and emails and putting them into your CRM. You have to have an email. I love MailChimp. I've been using it for years, over a decade. That's why. And I'm an old dog, don't like new tricks. I continue to get the new iPhones because I refuse to switch and learn. It drives me nuts. The button used to be in the top right. I am not switching an entire computer where I have to close the thing on the top left. Red, yellow, green, forget it. PCs for computers, Apple iPhones for phones. It's never going to change. Forget it. But anyways, that's how that goes. So you take the lead information, you put it into your email, and then you have a newsletter. Now, if you're a newsletter type person, you write one once a week. You write one once a month, whatever it is. They just get the monthly announcements of the clinic, the new event that's coming in, the new AC unit you had repaired at the place. And now we got nice clean air going through the office. Whatever it is, you're going to give them their monthly newsletter. I would make it more relevant: health tips, posture tips, chiropractic tips, food tips. Yeah, every month that you do there. Or weekly, or whatever it is. And then you create automations. That's a different podcast for a different day on email marketing. But you create these leads. These leads are so important. And what's wrong with calling all of them? So yes, 7 filled out the form. What's wrong with and booked an appointment, and those are the 7 that you called and got them in. What about calling all 29? Not only calling them, recalling them and recalling them over time. I wouldn't do that 3 days in a row. And a nice trick with this stuff, even the 7 that converted on your ad, the 3 call trick. I learned this from another marketing company. They were like, we call 3 times. So we call, ring, 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 ring. It goes to voicemail, hang up. Don't even leave a voicemail. Call immediately, right back. Ring, 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 ring. Goes to voicemail, hang up. Call right again. And about 10% of the time, you get this. Hello, hello, hello. What is it? Who is this? And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. This phone wasn't connecting. I just wanted to make sure it was getting through. I didn't know if it was my phone or there wasn't a connection. I'm Stacy from FLC Chiropractic. You filled out a form, and then it's right there like 14 minutes ago. I just wanted to get to you. I saw that come through. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure that you're still interested in that. And you pick the time, and then you close them. So that's a little trick. There you go. If your staff's confident in doing that, you do it 3 in a row and then stop. I wouldn't do that more than 3. And that's it. On the third one, if you do get the voicemail, leave a voicemail. Hey, it's Stacy at FLC. We saw you fill out a form online on Facebook. You wanted a time for this Friday. That actually does work. I can get you right in. All I need to know is that this is real. This is a real phone number. This is actually Rob Lankowski. And I want to make sure that you are the one that I'm supposed to be talking to. If that's true, come on in and let's book that appointment, or give us a call and let's book that appointment. So back to leads. Leads are so important. You're paying for this. This is why you're advertising, is to get all these eyes on your business. So keeping those are so important. And a CRM works the best. It works the absolute best. You put them in there, at least they're in there. Then you can tag them as a lead. We have a lead tag in there. And then we can create automations for leads. Usually we put them into our new lead automation, where they're just getting a series of emails about the office, everything that we do. Hey, this is how you book an appointment. We do this, we do that, we do this. Hey, this is how you book an appointment. We do this, we do this, we do this. Hey, check out our reviews. And you're just kind of like sending it to them. The worst thing that can happen is they hit unsubscribe. Big deal. So that's leads. Now the tire kickers. What do we do for the no-shows, or for the people who came in and you had an offer? You had a $47 offer, you had whatever it is, $50 offer, $99 offer. They come on in and that's it. They already know preemptively, coming in here, I'm spending $99 and that's it. They're not getting a dime out of me. And they are the ones that get angry. It says in the ad, chiropractic consult, examination, and x-rays if necessary. That's all we do. And like, I'm not getting adjusted today. I thought it was going to be an adjustment. And we have the ad. I have the ad on my phone. I have it there. I'm like, there's no adjustment here. It just shows that. But what you do, here's how you do it. It's all about that day one, that experience that they're coming into, right? So your staff calls them up, they book the appointment. Now there's a protocol to this as well when they call. Super friendly, super attentive to the questions because these are cold leads. They fill out a form. They're kind of lukewarm because they want your idea, but remember, they're not a hot lead. You don't even know if they want chiropractic. Maybe they just fill out the form for filling it out to see if you're even real. And you call them up, you make a connection, and they actually do book that appointment. They need reminders like crazy. So if you have a system in your EMR, great, that automatically text. Don't rely on it. I would still call them the morning of that day and just remind them and leave them a voicemail and make sure they get that text reminder 2 hours before. That's all you can really do to mitigate no-shows. Let's be honest. This is even with your regular patients. That's all you can really do. But once they come in and they become a tire kicker, they're like, man, where's my free adjust or where's the adjustment with this? Like, listen, we don't typically do that. And you can actually nip this before that happens. They're all there for the discount. So when we sit down, I'd love to do pre-calls. I call these patients myself before they even come to the office, even if they're a Facebook lead. So they booked an appointment. Our staff knows, hey, Robert, we got you booked in for Friday at 11. Dr. Enrico is going to call you on Thursday. He likes to call everyone and ask them what's going on so he can be prepared for you for Friday. Is that okay? That can be 10, 15 minutes. Does Thursday work? He can get to you at 6:15, 6:30 when he's done with patients. Great, 6:15 works. They put them in there and I call them. And in that call is where I get rid of the tire kicking. Is where I'm like, hey, Rob, what's going on? Yeah, I saw the ad. I haven't been to a chiropractor before. It's been a long time. I got some neck pain. I want to come on in. Great. When did this start? How long have you been there? And I go through the OPQRST and really try and they're called minimizers. People are like, I just have neck pain. I just need an adjustment. And then try and get rid of that. I'm like, when did this start? When was the first time you had it? And I go through all this stuff. It all takes 5 minutes. And if they show up the next day, I've got OPQRST all done. The history is done. The medical history is it's all good. When they come in, it's like a 10-minute orthopedic and x-ray. It's done. So it doesn't waste much of my time there. And it's really streamlined. We do this for all new patients. But that's how you minimize the tire kickers. And then hopefully it travels into this ending of the conversation on the consult is like, hey, Robert, sounds like you definitely found the right place. Chiropractic is probably what you need here. You can't turn your head to the right. It hurts. We got to check that. Let's see the range of motion. I'm definitely going to take an x-ray. That's all included in your $99. Does that sound okay? He's like, yeah, sounds good. Just to let you know, our adjustments are $65 or $95 for me, $95 for the adjustment on top of that. So your visit's going to be $194 tomorrow. Because if I can adjust you that day, I want to do that. Don't you? Like, oh, it said 99. I'm like, yeah, that's for the examination and everything. And then moving forward, it's always 95. If you want, we can do a full assessment and create a plan to fix anything that might be there, but I won't know until you come in and do exams. So I can't really tell you what that plan is going to look like right now. See, I forecasted exactly how our office operates. It's 95 to see me as the senior doctor, and it's 65 to see the associates. So now he's got an option where he's like, 95, that's a lot. I went to a chiropractor once. He charged me $12. I'm like, yeah, I know, man, but that was 1972, and we don't do that for $12. It's 95 for me. And I'm seeing we got 4 other doctors here and they're 65. They don't have 16 years of experience. They got 1, 2, and 3. You can see them. I'm not minimizing my other doctors. I'm saying you can see them. The reason for the shift is just the knowledge base. And sometimes they're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, 65. I could do a couple of those. That sounds good. And I transfer them to them. I'm like, great. You know what? Friday, 11:30 is not going to work, but 1:30 does. And that's going to be with Dr. Crystal. I'm like, okay. And that sometimes happens, but I minimize all the problems that could happen in the tire kicking. The reason we get negative reviews is because they feel bait and switched, right? So be careful with how you set up your ads. We are in an area where a lot of people do Facebook. A lot of chiros do Facebook ads. We're competing with a lot of other because the cost per click is up. And I see them at night. I see all the other ads. And you have 2 choices with this. 2 choices when it comes to competing with your competitors is match them with their offer and hope you guys all share a piece of the pie. Lowball them on their offers. I don't know about you, but we got $25 people. I am not. Sorry, not going to happen. Not doing the $19 thing. You will then get a bigger slice of the pie of the leads, right? The lower your offer, the higher the more tire kickers you get. That's just part of the game. We decided to go up for many different reasons. If you follow me on Facebook and you've seen what we've done in the last month, we probably have one of the nicest chiropractic clinics I have ever seen and been into. Not tooting my own horn here, I'm honestly saying I haven't been in a nicer one, and we just built this out. I'm proud of it, yada, yada, yada. So it doesn't match to say $19 offers on there and then this chandelier office where people are afraid to now bring their kids. We're a pediatric office and moms are like, they're screaming at me, don't touch the walls, don't touch anything. I'm like, man, I really should have chose different colors because now everyone's afraid of touching anything in the office. But see what I'm saying? And many of you feel the same way about your offices. Like, listen, I'm not the same. We're a step above. So you can't play the $19 game. But I'm getting off track. We're going back to ad copy and offers, but really it's about the tire kickers. You need to mitigate this. And all you have to do, so long story short, this could have been a 2-minute podcast, is if you have systems and procedures on onboarding new clients to your office, you will follow those same systems and procedures for everything you do every single time, 100% of the time. It becomes a system and procedure that everyone in your office knows how it's done from A to Z, to Z, Canada, A to Z. Understand? Get me? So that's what we got to do, is create those systems and procedures. And I just told you how to do it for onboarding leads from Facebook ads. Is have that consult call. But that's not just unique for Facebook ads. We do consult calls, virtual consults before every new patient, for every single new patient that wants to come to our office. Front desk knows, hey, have you been to our office before? No, I'm new. Boom. They're into the new patient script. Boom, boom, boom. Get all the information, book them in for their appointment. And by the way, Dr. Michael's going to call you on Wednesday. He can do it at 11 or 6 p.m. Which one works best for you? All the docs here like to call their doctors before they come to the office. Does that make sense? Boom. And in that, now is your chance. Now is your chance during that consult call to wipe out all the preliminary questions they may have, skepticisms they may have, all that stuff about it, and just be like, wow. And that call, like, man, a doctor called me and I'm going to be seeing them tomorrow. That's a pretty cool Facebook ad, right? That's a pretty good ad. I'm not going to miss that appointment. They took time out of their day. And you know who's not going to show? Call, voicemails, not responding, misses the virtual consult call. For me, hard to mitigate that, hard to eliminate them on Friday at 11 for my appointment. But what I do is I'm like, girls, put in the, CAs, put in the adjustments during that time. People want to get adjusted, just fill up that new patient spot. And the new patient's still there. And then they just add adjustments in there because 4 times out of 5, I know they're going to miss that. That's fine, but at least I'm not sitting there for 40 minutes with nothing to do. I always have something to do, but you get it. Got it. I hope that helps, guys. This is it. We're revving the engines here. 2023, quarter 1. We're done. We're going into quarter 2. It's time to step ahead of the game. I don't want to scare anyone ending this podcast. You are going to be left in the dust. I started saying this post-COVID, when COVID started to ramp down in beginning of 2022. We have to pay for what we did in 2020. And that is, you guys see it. Massive inflation. Banks are not going to lend you money anymore, at least not for less than 10%. You're going to feel it. And then your customers are all going to feel it. You either get your cruise ship, your ship together and cruise navigate these waters, or you will be left in the dust. This is post-World War II stuff that we're in. 2020 was World War II economically. Economically, we dumped billions of dollars into not artillery, missiles, and tanks, but into health and mitigation and stay home. And now and if you guys know history, my dad was born in 1944 in Italy, post-war. I asked him, how was 1945 through 1955? He's like, I don't remember because I was only 0 to 10. My siblings said it was tough times. We ate a lot of vegetables. That's the reality, my folks. Get your ship together because this stuff really matters. All these little things matter. and it's time to really focus on your systems and procedures so that they're streamlined, effective, and your community knows exactly what they're getting when they come to ABC Chiropractic, the number one chiropractors in your community. Got it? Good. Have a great week.